So I'm just putting this up to let people know how having a disability has affected. I got kicked out of the gym because I can't wear masks. Okay, I have a problem. I don't want to reveal what it is. If you know me, you know what it is. Because I don't have to, and it's my private medical business. If I want to reveal it, I can, but I don't have to. Nobody does. And these people at the gym were asking me, oh, well, what's wrong with you? Give us a doctor's note. They're gym workers. Why are they asking me for a doctor's note? What are they going to do with a doctor's note? Have a doctor's note, by the way. It simply says Matt Galter cannot wear masks. It causes him pain. He's not medically able to tolerate them. That should be enough. But because of that, because I cannot medically tolerate masks, I was just offering to put the cloth over my face. I have a towel that I hang over my shoulder. I was kicked out and treated like a thug. I mean, I almost got beaten up. I got harassed. It was horrible by this manager, Paul Bowen there. I mean, I have no hard feelings against Paul Bowen. People are acting weird right now, okay? But I'm not going to pretend like he didn't harass me. He did. And over my disability. And then he had every worker there at LA Fitness in in Evanston, do this over and over again. Sorry. And so I made a harassment report where the police, which is what you guys saw, okay? That's where the police literally team up with LA Fitness to terminate my membership. The guy, Chris Comeciek, who's a LA Fitness manager, admits to this. He says, the cops told me you called every day to get Paul Bowen arrested, and we're canceling your membership over your calling the police on us for harassing you, basically, okay? That's what he said. And then the cop, Officer Detective Svensson, called up and did exactly what Chris Comeciek said. And Chris Comeciek at LA Fitness canceled my membership, which is illegal retaliation under Illinois law. If you guys care about law, it's going out the window. And the cops don't seem to care too much. Because they're trying to just pretend like I did something wrong by having a disability and not being able to wear a mask. I mean, that's why I got threatened with arrest. And I got my gym membership canceled, which is absolutely affecting my health. Just because I'm in good shape does not mean I am not disabled. Just because I overcome my disabilities doesn't mean I'm not disabled. I still have many issues. I deal with them. It's harder now that I don't have a gym membership. I've lost 7 pounds. I mean, this is seriously affecting my health. What about deaf people? What about... there's tons of types of people with illnesses that can't wear masks, guys. I mean, it doesn't even matter. It's the principle of the thing. If you have a medical illness, you shouldn't be forced to do something. A gym should not be able to force you to do something your doctor expressly has put in writing is bad for you. And legally, they're not able to. But they're doing it. Why? Because nobody's standing up. Because we're allowing it. And if we could let it continue, there'll be no law left to hold on to. So I'm just trying to prop up what little bit we have left. I mean, right now we still have the whole law, but like I said, they're not following it. This is totally illegal. Do you guys think it's okay to harass? I mean, what they did is horrible. Go look at it. These people call me names. They act like I'm disgusting them. They're afraid of me. That I approach them. They go, ew, because of my disability? Now, that happened at Cheetah Gym where the girl said, ew. But the reaction was almost no different, like, at LA Fitness with the... It's the same reaction everywhere, guys. They have put this in people's heads. And they're ignoring your own actual well-being. And that of disabled people who need the most attention. To enforce this crazy mask thing that there's no evidence for. There's no evidence for any of this stuff. And it doesn't matter if there is. We have a right to not be coerced into things. We have a right, especially if you're disabled, to not do something that's going to hurt you more. And you shouldn't have to face harassment. This is people's like normal, like it's not normal. This is their default response right now, is to harass you, insult you, attack you verbally and physically if they can, degrade your character assassinate you. I mean, it's childish shit, guys. Is anybody an adult out there? Because no adult should be acting like this, especially the police. And then I go to the police, and the police who are supposed to help me literally conspire with my attacker. You're kidding me, right? Now, they don't like me putting it that way because they say there's no proof of that. Well, when Chris Comeciek of LA Fitness Manager calls me and tells me, I'm canceling your membership because you called the police on us for harassing you, and then the police called us and said you were calling every day to get him arrested, and Chris Comeciek says, Officer Svensson at Evanston Police recommended they terminate my membership. Does that sound like the role of the police, guys? To get involved in private matters, and they broke their contract. They broke the law. It's illegal to retaliate against a legitimate harassment complaint, whether it's found guilty or not guilty. And they didn't even investigate the claim. She promised to go look at tapes. She never did. I said, well, did you go look at them? She says, look at what? Go listen to the tape. So that means, no, I didn't even bother to go there. She has a legal duty to properly investigate this and go to that LA Fitness and demand their tapes if they won't give them to her. She just took the guy's word that there's no tapes, even though this took place in the manager's office. And, but basically it's so obvious what was going on here. Like, anybody could figure this out. She had no intention of giving my legitimate harassment claim any type of legitimate investigation. She just, from the beginning, she was going to act like she was on my side. She offered to arrest him. This was her words. I didn't want the guy arrested. I just wanted to stop being harassed. She offered to arrest him, and she was going to go get the tapes and arrest him. I just said I want to press charges so I'm not harassed. And she acted like this in the beginning to try to get me to think I was on her side, which she doesn't know who she's dealing with, but it was cute. I'll give her that. So it's just deplorable behavior. Why would you want to hurt somebody who simply is already hurt and does not want to be hurt when they go work out? So I'm now suffering. I have absolute damages that I can prove in court here, where I've lost weight. This is hurting I have serious illnesses like a bad knee, a bad spine, serious diseases that I need to work out to stave off. And the LA Fitness and these police, they're supposed to help people. Both of them have hurt me severely. I honestly don't know how you guys sleep at night. Chris Comeciek or anyone at Evanston Police, Detective Svensson. I mean, Aaron, I forget the guy's last name. I think it was Wilnick, was acting like a stand-up guy. And then the moment this detective did this, he now seems like he doesn't want to touch it. So, can anybody do the right thing? You know, it's not just you. There is a God, and he's seeing all this. If you think you're getting away with it, you're not. And you have no idea what I could offer the world and what I could do for you. And you're just going to throw me out like this because why? There's no even real reason. I did nothing wrong. Can you imagine what they'd have done if I had done some like small crime? Oh my God, it'd be horrible. At least I did nothing wrong, and they treated me like the criminal, so I get to show this to everybody. Not because I like doing this. I don't want to be harassed. I don't want disabled people to be harassed. I don't want anyone to be harassed, okay? But God has set me up specifically to be the person to deal with this, because I have I have many disabilities. I have an understanding of what is going on, and I have the calmness and patience necessary and will to see this through. So and I can't just sit by and watch as other people who are weaker and more frail than me get hurt. Because if they're doing this to me, you can imagine what they're doing to the crippled person, to the deaf person, to the elderly, to your grandmother and mother, to children. It's gotta stop. Please, somebody find a decent bone in yourself. There's no need for this. Unless you want to hurt me, there's no need for this. You're supposed to help people. I don't like seeing this. And you're not... It's for your own good. You don't know what you're doing. I forgive you already. Because that's how I am. That's my nature. That's your nature too. But you guys are holding on to your egos and thinking that is you. And it isn't. It's just a little voice in your head that you've let run the show for a long, long time and let build up to think you're big and bad. But the real big and bad one, and he's not even upstairs, he's everywhere. And he's not even really a he, he's an everything. God, I call him he because he's he to me. God's watching. God's recording all this. And not in the sense that, oh, you're going to burn in hell. No, it's much more instant than that. If people understood how the universe worked, they'd never get angry. They'd never do stuff like this to another person. Because karma is real. And that's not me wishing bad things upon these people. I honestly wish them all nothing but good. I really do. However, I'd like them to do their jobs and act like police officers and protect and serve the public, like they took an oath and swore to God to do. Now, is threatening somebody who committed no crime and actually called to report a crime of harassment over their disability, is then threatening them with arrest? And then getting the gym to take away their membership when things were already fine. I had worked it out with the gym. I was holding my towel up. And getting them to take away my membership to hurt me. This is done purely out of malice. And I got the whole thing recorded. I just can't believe the nerve of you people. People see this. And it doesn't matter. God sees it. You see it. And you know... Guys, you know what you've done. I can tell by the tone in your voices. You keep doing it because you think you have to. You don't have to, okay? Let the one you're trying to bully tell you, you don't have to do this. You think you do. And you need to actually not do it. You need to be good to people for your own health and for others people's health. If you understood how this stuff worked like I do, you would understand that you're cursing yourself. Hating somebody is like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies. Literally. We all know stress is linked to disease and all sorts of stuff. So now everyone at Evanston Police who did this, and Chris Comeciek and Paul Bowen, everybody, Aaron Warnick, Detective Svensson, I can't remember the other two. You know, each one has their own penance to bear of this bad shit that they did here, that they're gonna have to carry through their own lives, and it's gonna manifest in horrible ways in their own lives. Again, that is not me wishing bad. That I wish nothing but good on all of these people, and I mean that from my heart. I do, because I know how to forgive. I did nothing wrong, so maybe you guys can look in. If I'm willing to forgive you, And I did nothing wrong that I can see. I mean, you guys can't even tell me when I ask you what I did wrong. If I can forgive this easy, maybe you guys can find it in your hearts to forgive somebody who was just harassed over their disability. I don't know if you guys think I'm faking this or what, but this is very real. I've been nothing but straight up with everybody involved. I've gotten much less than that back in return. It's just a shame. I feel bad. I feel bad for everybody involved in this to see them exposed in such a way. It's disheartening. And I honestly, we have to demand better of ourselves and of our institutions, of everything, of our laws, of our countries, of our freedoms. We have to demand more. And that's all I'm doing. So maybe you guys just haven't seen somebody actually stand for something and have principles and values in a long time. But that's all I'm doing. And I'm sorry if that makes you angry. But I don't want to be harassed. I don't want to live in a horrible place where I get harassed over my disability everywhere I go. And if you can find something wrong with what I just said, by all means, please make your own video. Comment in the section below. Tell me, what's wrong? I've done nothing wrong. These people committed a crime, and I'm getting punished. Does that sound like justice? Does that sound like land of the free, home of the brave? Because it sounds like a bunch of cowardly actions to me. And I would love to speak better of what happened, but it's cowardly. People can't stand up and simply do their jobs. It's a shame. And you guys swore. Nobody more made you swear to uphold the law. You chose to. And it's just a shame to see how quick that oath goes right out the window the moment a little social pressure gets built up on you. We're supposed to know what's right and wrong a lot better than that, let alone a police officer and people at gyms in positions of management. What has happened to us? I really will pray for all of you. And that's not like a spite thing. Like, I'm really praying for your wellness, so I hope you appreciate that. And maybe you guys should try that too. Pray for someone you don't like or someone who's done you wrong. It's not that I dislike anybody. They've just done me wrong. Try it. Try forgiveness. It heals you. That's the trick. It's not a trick. It's medically proven over and over again. So everybody at Evanston Fitness or Evanston Police and LA Fitness, you guys are hurting yourselves most of all. And at least I care enough about you to tell you it. Even after you guys treated me like dirt. For nothing.